Do you prefer reading an ebook or a physical book? Why?
I prefer reading an ebook because it would be convenient for me to scroll up and down. And when it comes to the physical book was scattered everywhere and we even lost it.
Where do you get your ebooks or books?
I get it from the Google Chrome and sometimes from the Facebook because there's somebody posted there for educational purposes.
How many books do you check out at a time?
I wish I could go there, but unfortunately there's no library near at our house.
How many books have you read in your life? And what genre do you prefer?
A lot of books, but I don't remember the numbers. This was fantasy, romance, science fiction, horror, crime, inspirational, and historical fiction.
What type of books do you like? And how do you choose the books you read?
Just like I've said earlier, I like to read a type of book that was adventurous, action, detective, and fantasy, etc. But most of all, it was a beneficial for me. And I choose the time I want to read in a moment that where or which I feel interested on something that give me curiosity of a situation or gives me a little bit of confusing idea or thought.
How many hours do you spend reading in a week? And do you read every day?
Not less than 15 minutes. Yes, of course. I read every day. Yes, of course. There was a time that when I read all the time because when we have to memorize something or recite something, we should read it first. Then, yes, of course, I read it on 1 to 3 times when I want to memorize it. I read first before I go to sleep. I read first before I I'm going to eat something like that, or I want to go outside because there was a recitation before we go outside and before we go to bed because that was the it's belong to the prayer to our creator because that was according to my teacher that that it will easily absorb our brain when we read earlier in the morning and before we go to bed. Read. Repeat it 3 times, then it will easily absorb on our brain.
What was your favorite book when you were a child? And why did you like that book?
When I was a child, my favorite book was a comic book and a pocket book. I don't get why I am addicted to it at that time. But I'm pretty sure when I was a child, there's a lot of pocket book I was reading. My favorite part on that book was when a moment that a girl or a boy finish their studies and they have their career in life, then they can manage to support their parents already. Honestly, I really love to read was the Holy Quran. It is about our religion Islam, and according to the scholar, it was a words coming from the Allah. Yes, the book is better than the movie because the book give us enlightenment about the world and wisdom of our soul. The movie is just for entertainment only. Yes, of course, one of them was the story of our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. I am very confused the story of how he lived a long time ago, and I wish I can watch more film about the story of our Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam also. The noisy environment distracts me easily. I cannot concentrate to reading. I cannot focus. But even there is a noise, I can read through, but I can't understand what I'm reading. Just like in the city, the house was dikit-dikit and the horn of the vehicle or a car is so noisy.